back. You take a sip of the slush, boom, that's sour. Then you take a bite of the ice cream, boom, that's sweet. Sonic once again has done the 2-in-1.
Sonic Sour Patch Kids Slush Float.
They understand people.
Coverage you can count on. Local 3 News.
We love telling you what to do on 3+U. It's one of our favorite things about the job. So we're going to tell you to make plans to go to Christ Episcopal Church on June 11th and be wowed by one of the newest choral groups here in Chattanooga. Janelle Wagoner is here. She happens to be the founder of Chorus and Angelorum Chattanooga. EJ Laird quickly jumped in to become an active member and also kind of an administrative leader, I guess, of the group. So welcome to you both.
Thank you.
So what you're doing, Janelle, you were telling me that really the primary role of the choir was to bring classical early music to Chattanooga, but this time you're taking a different focus with the concert.
Yeah, so we started in 2020 during the pandemic, and we were trying to provide concerts when there were none. So we were doing online concerts. Everyone was singing in masks. We were standing very far apart. But now we've gotten to a point where we can sing close together and give in-person concerts. And so this is one where we're really excited to do some music that is not often performed, which is the choral music of Black composers.
Which happens to be very timely because you had this idea and then you found out that President Biden declared it National Black Composer Month. I think I'm saying that close to right. And we are using the phrase Black and not African American because you're not just highlighting American composers.
Right, we've got some British Black composers, a ton of American Black composers, and then one Canadian Black composer, which is all really exciting. Some of them are living, some of them are classic names that we all know from creating spirituals, but a lot of this music is stuff that you wouldn't typically think of as Black composer music because it is outside the spectrum of just spiritual music.
Right, so it kind of can show you our limiting nature sometimes in this country to see things one way. Okay, so EJ, here you are. You came in and quickly jumped in to having kind of a leadership role within the choir. Tell me what makes this such a special performance for you to be a part of on June 11th.
Well, it's really important for us to diversify our repertoires. A lot of times we, like Janelle was saying, we hear music by standard composers, Bach, Mozart, Mendelssohn, but we don't really dive into the non-idiomatic stuff. By non-idiomatic meaning, of course, not things that aren't normally associated with Black composers, like spirituals, jazz, that sort of music, making it more accessible for people like ourselves that are used to singing more classical music, music from themes from spirituals or music from early Black composers. In normal standard music like an Ave Maria, that sort of context.
Right.
And it's of course respecting that culture, right? Whenever you learn an aria in school or in college voice lessons, you learn about not just the music. You don't just get the sheet of paper and read that music, learn that music. You go and study the composer. You study what they were doing in their life at the time, and the story behind it. And that's really important for us to hit on that.
Okay, the story behind it really is key, and one of the reasons I love classical music. But this will be true for the early music that you'll hear at the performance on June 11th. Is that you bring your own heart to the listening. So each person takes away his or her own power.
Absolutely.
But you are telling the story because Nashawn Calloway is going to give a pre-concert talk.
Yes, and with a lot of Black music from any country, it has a story to tell about how Black people in that country have been treated or how they've developed. And it's very important that as performers, we are able to translate that through the music. It's not just music to sing, it's not just notes on a page, it's a story and it's culture that we are trying to translate to our listeners.
So this is a free concert. You are asking for donations, but it is free.
Yes.
How long do you expect it to last?
It should be about an hour long. There will be an intermission in the middle, and we are featuring a lot of our singers on solos. We're doing some solo pieces as well as choral works all together.
Okay, so is the choir a mixture of different races?
Yeah, we've got a pretty diverse group, and we actually have a lot of guests joining us as we're on summer break. We have some college students that aren't here to sing with us, so we've invited some of our community members, our favorite people from around the community, to join us for this concert, which has really diversified our sound this time.
I remember when I was in high school, I remember one of the pieces that we performed was Swing Low, Sweet Chariot, which is such a beautiful piece. I can remember it having a different meaning for me, I guess, as a white person to sing a Negro spiritual and to really think about what it would have been to live in that time and the power of those words.
Yeah, exactly. EJ actually is going to be singing Steal Away as one of our solos, and I'm very excited to hear him sing it and to see what Nashawn thinks when she gets to work with him on it.
Oh, have you worked with her before?
I have. She's directed a number of choirs that I've been in, the one-shot choirs. Yeah, I absolutely love her. She's a fantastic instructor.
She is indeed. So are y'all actually looking for people to audition for the choir?
Yes, so if you go to our website, chorusangelorumchat.com, you can find our audition page, and it tells you the audition process, and we've got quite a few people going to grad school in the fall, so we've got a few holes to fill starting then.
Do you ever get tired of that tingling feeling you get as a group when y'all hit that kind of sweet spot on a certain, do you know what I'm talking about?
Yes, and absolutely not. It's a great feeling.
It is the most, EJ, you laugh first, I think.
Yeah, absolutely love it. Sometimes when you get down into rehearsal, it can be tough because you're pounding out the notes, wood shopping together. Over a span of months, sometimes it can get rough. But whenever you're in that performance and feeling the spirit, of togetherness and in the music, you do get that tingle, and it's all worth it, every second of it.
That's another good one. Every time I feel the spirit. That's a good one too. Okay. So go. It's Christ Episcopal Church on June 11th. Again, the concert is free. It begins at 7, but give yourself some extra time that evening and go at 6 o'clock to hear the pre-concert talk from Nashawn. Please bring a little pocket change because they are asking for donations at the door. And congratulations on the success of the group.
Thank you so much.
Good to see you.
The people and places in the Tennessee Valley are special. Join Local 3 News as we explore our communities, bringing you the hidden treasures and unusual local stories in your town.
Brought to you by Warren & Griffin, your local 5-star law firm.
You've always been a hard worker. You've always paid your Social Security